crafty cuties, welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to show you some really fun ways that you can use digital files, and specifically we are going to be using the Vintage Linens kit from Johanna Clough's Etsy shop called LittleBindy. I'm going to have her information linked below. You can also click up on the eye and you will see her YouTube channel and her Etsy shop. Her digital files, these vintage linens, are something that she's been adding kind of more recently, and I've been in love. You guys have seen me use these throughout my journals recently if you've been watching my videos, and I really wanted to do a video just featuring her printouts. I'm going to show you some of the ways that I've been using them. I had someone specifically ask how I've been making these little windows, so I will show you all of that in this video. I wanted to start the video out with showing you a few that I have printed out, some on vellum paper, some on regular paper. So these are some of the flags that you will see we're going to make some layered embellishments with. I have some of the ones printed on vellum, and then I have some printed on regular cardstock. This is one that I have shrunk down, and so you can really see the texture here, and I'm going to do something really fun with this one. And then a lot of these I've printed out on vellum because I'm just obsessed with the look. And you can see there is a variety of hand-drawn ones and actual scans of linens. I believe it's kind of hard to tell, to be honest. This one is definitely real linen. Yeah, and so this is just a sample of the ones that I have. I have a ton of different ones that I've bought from just, I think, 3 different packs. I think this might be a hand-drawn one. I love the hand-drawn ones, but no, you know what? It's so hard to tell. This might actually be real. Yeah, I don't know. Anyways, that is the sampling, so let's get into a few projects with these. I'm going to start with one of my most favorite ways to use these. So I've printed this one out on vellum, and this is a junk journal page. So I'm actually going to cut out a little window. So I'm going to just take a little colored pencil here. You could use a regular pencil so you can erase it. And I'm going to just trace it around the edge just lightly so that I will know where to trim. And now I'm going to trim around, and I'm going to be trimming around inside the frame, and I want to leave about 1/4 of an inch. So I know it's hard to see on camera because I have drawn that pretty light, but let me try to get a better view here so you can see that orange mark. I should have used pencil so I could erase it. And I'm leaving about 1/4 of an inch, and I'm just, you know, pretty blindly cutting around, and you could do this much neater, but once everything's sewn on, it's not going to matter if you have it too perfect, but just try to kind of follow that shape. So now you can see that we have a little hole here, and that is going to be our window, and since this is vellum, you can see through, and it's going to look pretty cool on both sides. Now it's time to adhere this. You can use a bead of glue all the way around, but of course I'm going to stitch mine on. So just make sure that you have this lined up really well so that you are actually attaching it to the paper right around it. And I like to use a cross stitch. And I'm just gonna go kind of slowly and sew this in a circular pattern. It's pretty easy if you go slow. You just ever so slightly kind of pull your paper around as you're going. Just kind of guide it in a circular manner, I guess. And I'm at a really weird angle, so chances are I'm messing up a little, but we can always fix it. Okay, I think that's all right. Like I said, really weird angle here so that I could show you guys, but I think that's all right. And you're going to see the stitching on the reverse side. I like that. You could cover that up with some type of trim or something if you're not a fan of it, but there is the first way that I have been using these. This is the next one that I'm going to use, and I'm going to create a pocket. This is great as is, but you can always add some embellishments if you want some more dimension. But basically I'm just taking another page, and now I'm going to stitch around the 3 sides like so. You could also use glue right around the edges as well. So I went ahead and stitched that on off camera since I have so many things to show you, but you can see how that looks, and I love it as a pocket as well. A lot of these are full size, and so you can also just use these as a page, and they look gorgeous as kind of, you know, I guess a printed page. And so that is going to be the easiest way that you can use these. For the next idea, I'm going to show you a layered flag embellishment. So I have cut out one of the vintage linen flags, and this is on vellum paper. I have a coin roll here. This is from Junk That Treasures, and I'm simply going to cut a line up, and then I'm going to cut this into a flag as well. And so now we have two flags. This is going to make a really cute tuck spot in a page, but I want to add a few things to this, of course. So I have just some scraps here of some gauze here. That's not gauze, but I forget what it's called. I have a little bit of muslin. This is just kind of a way that I've been decorating these. It's just easy, I don't have to think about it, and I love the combination. So I'm going to stitch this on my sewing machine. So right now I'm just going to stitch a line all the way down to just hold these linens on here. And then I want to add some buttons to this. So we'll do that before we add it to our page. Just line that up and do a straight line down. Stitch some buttons on. So I went ahead and I stitched 2 buttons on there, and now I'm going to just place it on the top corner of a junk journal page, and I'm going to just stitch across, let's see if you guys can see this, 2 of the sides, so all the way across the top and then down the bottom, and then it will become a nice tuck spot for this journal. Just turn that, since again I'm at a weird angle. There we go. So here's the final look on this. You can see what it looks like when we're kind of mixing it in with other pieces. And the next thing I'm going to show you is using it in an actual junk journal spread. I'm going to do this pretty quick since I'm not doing a full junk journal with me, but I'm going to use this one right here. You can see that gorgeous texture, and a lot of the ones that I don't have in front of me right here are more like this. So I'm going to actually trim around and fussy cut this one out. I want this one to look realistic, and I'm probably going to ink up the edges as well to kind of make it look aged. If you want to make this look even more realistic, you can kind of tear down one side, since I'm going to choose the straight side here. And basically I can kind of tear, I'm going to keep that pretty close because I don't want to lose too much. But anyways, you can kind of get the idea that this can make it look really realistic too. Just for time's sake, I'm not going to do that for everything, but I do want to add a little bit here, and it might even look better if I had used a lighter color, maybe more like something that's kind of grayish. Just because I think that might look better, but this is what's in front of me, so I'm going to use it. And we'll just go all the way around the edge here. And I'm just going to open up and make a really quick spread. So this is my personal junk journal that I'm using for August, and I have not even begun in it. So I'm just gonna start off right here, and this is the photo that I want to place in here. And I already have this in a clear pocket because I knew this is what I'd want to use to hold my photo. And so there's a couple things. I could use this as a flip and just tape it on the edge. I feel like I see Johanna do that a lot, and I love it because little flippy pieces are awesome in a junk journal. So I think I might do that. So I took a piece of washi here, and basically I'm just going to line this edge here. I don't know why I was holding that so funny, but go like that. And I'm just going to tape it right up against this edge. And then I make sure to use a really sticky washi tape for this. Let me fix that. And then make sure to use a piece on the inside too. I didn't line mine up so well, but that's okay. Just like that. And you can add some glue if your washi's not too sticky. Okay, so now we already have this fun little flip here. And I think I'm going to do journaling on the back here. but I also love the look of tags. So if I wasn't in a time crunch, I think I would make a little pocket on the back side here, but why don't we just go ahead and adhere this, and I will just do my journaling on this tag, just because I really like the looks of little tag toppers coming out your book. So we'll go like that, and that's almost a perfect fit. You know, just add something different, I guess. Okay, and then like I said, I already put this photo in a clear pocket. This photo could go like several different ways because they were laying down. I think I'm going to keep it like that. And, I don't want to cover this up, but I want this as the background, so we're doing it. Just gonna put that right there, but I feel like it might be cute to add a few pieces of ephemera, and I have these Tim Holtz botanicals, so I'm actually going to lift this up just a bit so that I can stick this kind of underneath here. There we go. Yeah, I like that a lot. And I'm going to do journaling, I think. So I said I was going to do journaling here, but I might actually write a little letter right here. I don't really know exactly what I'm going to do for the final look, but I could definitely layer some more pieces if I found some smaller pieces on here. I'm actually going to use this little cascading floral piece right down here because I'm sure my husband wants his head surrounded by gorgeous flowers, because why not? So just press that down. I already put some glue on the back. So now you can see how great these pieces look as a background or a flip in your journal. And to be honest, I mean, I could have just adhered this down and just had this be the complete layout. I might do that, but the only problem is I didn't actually make a pocket for my tag to pull out. So I'm not sure how I'm going to finalize it, but I think that gives you an idea. And like I was mentioning, you can use these, there's plenty of options for full pages like this, and that just makes a great page alone. This is a little big for this book, but it's gorgeous. And there are just so many different options. The different packs that she has, they all have lots of different options. And then I'm going to show you one more way to use these. So this is the last one I'm going to work with, and I'm going to start out by inking up the edge, and we are going to make another tuck spot with it. Now, I just love that with digital kits, you can make them any size that you want. And like I said, this was actually a pretty big piece, but I shrunk it down because I saw this crease, and I just thought it was going to be perfect for a little corner tuck spot. Now, I didn't cut this exactly even, but I probably could have. And that's okay, we're just gonna fold it as good as possible. And now it's basically going to be a little tuck spot like so. So you can lift up and do some journaling, and then you'll be able to stick something down below by just basically gluing the two edges as usual for any tuck spot like that. You could do some stamping to this side as well, and then you would have a nice little pretty surprise when you lift it up like that. But I don't want to cover up any of these sides, so I'm actually going to do something risque. I'm going to rip it down the middle. I love just ripping pieces and just making things not perfect in the junk journals because they're not supposed to be. Okay, and now we're going to have two tuck spots you can see. So I'm going to adhere this one down in this corner and this one up here. This is one of my favorite types of tuck spots. And then I'm going to go ahead and adhere this around this edge and around here. So you can see what this looks like here. So we have this little tuck spot down here and this up here, and it's nice to put a big tag that can kind of fit underneath, but I like this one a lot and I forgot to ink it up, but that's okay. So I hope that you guys liked these ideas. I hope that you will check out Johanna's shop. I mentioned it in a previous video and I totally forgot to link it in the description because I've been so busy, but I will have her Etsy shop linked below. I will have her YouTube channel linked below. You probably already know who she is because she's amazing, but I hope you will go check it out. I hope this gave you some ideas for how to decorate your junk journal pages, and I love you guys. I'll see you later. Bye.